This is going to be my first live actually. Give me a moment to pull it up. I'm going to be doing what I usually do on Facebook, which is a card feed on here today. I'm going to be trying it out. So give me a moment so I can find this video, pull it up, and share it out. We actually have a new moon in Aries tonight. So I want to talk a little bit about these collective energies and how they're kind of affecting everyone as well. Give me a moment to take this video and share it out though. So we'll give it a couple seconds so some people can find us. I'm going to be going ahead and doing my usual Lumerian Starseed Oracle as well as soon as I can kind of figure out how to work this channel and things like that. So give me a moment to share this out. I just got off a Facebook Live. I was doing a video talking about coronavirus and Egypt and things like that. I've been doing a little bit of coverage with some of these things going on collectively, just trying to talk about it, kind of bring awareness to some of these things. Give me a second to share this out. I'm on a Facebook ban, so I'll probably be using YouTube for like the next week or so if it goes good. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. I'm sharing it out so some people can find us on other platforms. All right, if you guys are finding me, make sure that you guys take a second and share this out too. All right, we have a powerful energy right now hitting the planet. A lot of people are focused on doom and gloom and things not going so great, but this is a powerful time for us to be, we'll say, seeding our intentions for a new collective. With everything that's kind of going on, it's very important that we are. So give me a second. I'm just going to finish sharing this out. And I will pull it up on here and we'll get started. So I want to talk a little bit about using these energies. I'm someone that's been, we'll say, getting more and more sensitive to different energies as well, and I use them in my everyday life. I think that since we're going through a lot, this shift, especially since the equinox things with coronavirus and everything kind of, we'll say, affecting the collective, I think it's really important that we're doing a lot of cleansing this new moon. And so, you know, you guys should be doing a lot of spiritual cleansing as well. A lot of you guys are even quarantined. You're probably going to be stuck inside more and more as we progress forward with this transition that we're going through. So I think that this is a really powerful time for people to start spring cleaning their houses and kind of getting ready energetically and getting to a really good space. So, you know, it's really especially powerful this new moon for cleansing, for manifesting. I see all of these like conspiracy theories going around social media talking about how this is like a new world order, negative timeline, and it must be the government is, you know, doing this because of this. But I think it's really important that we're seeing the big picture here, and that some of these shutdowns that are occurring are going to be needed because they're really things that don't really belong in this new state of reality. I think that we're going through a lot internally, and that's really reflective of the whole right now. So for sure, this is a powerful energy for literally rising out of the ashes. We're having a warrior moment and go through the collective. A lot of people are angry, frustrated, maybe just stressed out. We have a lot of fear that has been surfacing since the equinox as well too, because a lot of people are realizing that we're kind of living during uncertain times, and anything that we're not building spiritually seems to be kind of falling in and crumbling. And I think the same can be said for some of these societies and where we are now, right? And so we're seeing a crumbling that is occurring in very real time that is affecting a lot of people throughout a lot of different dimensions on this planet. It's time to tune out the collective as well with where you are in your own individual path. The best thing that you can do in trying to navigate this awakening or this ascension is literally to be focused on your own journey, your own lessons, where you are, where you're being led to, where you're being guided to. So this is a really powerful time to be making a manifesting list, maybe playing with crystals, setting intentions, doing salt baths, doing cleansings, right? Sage, Palo Santo, maybe just spring cleaning some of the clutter out of your house. I think that we're going to reach a time, if we haven't already, where we have to get back to the basics. And I mean like the spiritual basics, where a lot of people have been living kind of a very materialistic lifestyle. And with this crumbling that is occurring collectively, it's going to force people to kind of get back to the basics, right? The spiritual, family, things that are important, things that matter. So there is kind of a shattering that is occurring for a lot of people as they're being kind of moved around. If you are someone that is quarantined, literally, like literally being asked to stay inside, this is a powerful time to be like finding spiritual groups, right? Taking a spiritual class, getting into the spiritual, finding some good books, right? Literally, maybe reading some of those books you haven't read yet, spending time alone, meditating, recharging. The more work that we're doing during this space, the more that it's going to positively affect the collective. So for the people that are meditating and are literally focused on, you know, bettering themselves spiritually, this is going to be a really powerful time for you guys. All right, I'm going to just do cards over here. It's really weird. If you guys, since it's such a small audience, I swear on here, it's kind of weird, but I'm going to give it a try. It's important that I am trying to, we'll say, use my voice in all of this. If you guys have any kind of like personal situation, let me see. I see someone asking love questions, and I got some really good cards I'll pull out for you too. All right, so if you guys have... we can do love cards too really quick too, and I really kind of like this deck. I just got it and I haven't used it a lot, so we'll do some love cards too. Just drop a comment. I'll probably end up just doing a couple collective cards, and I'll do some cards for you guys if you have questions. This is a good space to reach me in today. I swear, but I'll try to start using this channel more for sure. Just drop a comment if you're going to want a card. If you guys resonate with this, I'm sure you can find my link. I'm sure you can find my website link too. I'm always here if you guys need something too. I think this is going to be a powerful time for people finally realizing their potential as healers and light workers, and that, you know, there's going to be some real heroes that rise out of these ashes that we're kind of going through. So this is a really powerful time for people getting inspired. I've already kind of done what people are about to do, I think, which is I already have switched over everything that I'm doing online, and right, the perks of traveling internationally, right? So I've already shifted over my entire, we'll say, business online, which is really powerful during this time. And suddenly I'm seeing a lot of people are feeling inspired to do the same. We have this technology that we could be using to even reach more people. And I think that while we're going through this quarantine, that we're going to see, you know, a lot of, we'll say, online businesses still doing okay, maybe some being built, people getting good creative ideas. And that's part of living in the fifth dimension anyway, is kind of unplugging from some of these ways of life and creating our own path. So for sure, this is a time to get creative. You have ideas, literally, just really get into those. All right, we have Holistic Spoonie is working on heart chakra issues. I think that it isn't surprising that so many people are being affected with breathing issues, trying to go through this awakening and this ascension. We are literally opening that chakra and expanding it so fast, right? And it's been a lot of our life lessons. Right to love and be loved, heart healing. All right, you are meant to be a powerful teacher. You are meant to be a guide. You had incarnations in past places, such as Lemuria and higher levels of consciousness. And this is where your soul is kind of leading you back to. It can be really hard to navigate relationships trying to go through a spiritual awakening, things people don't really talk about. I mean, imagine dating right now. We're in a quarantine. Right? Hi, you want to go on a date, right? So we can see that it can be really hard as we're trying to just kind of go about normal life, and we're learning how to open up and connect to people. All right, so time to really just open up to love more. Let me see. All right, so pay attention to the feelings that you're feeling around your relationship right now, literally, and it's worth putting the work into this relationship, as you already know, right? See this as a retreat. See this as a break. A lot of people are always complaining they don't want to go to work every day. And then the second this occurs, a lot of people, are, not seeing kind of the big picture with it. A lot of you guys have kids that are home from school. Like I said, see this as a chance to kind of go on a new path with them. It's okay. It's really good, I think, if you're an essential worker. Like, I swear, a lot of people are going to be very grateful that they do have jobs and that people are still able to go to work. So what you guys will notice, I'm seeing with a lot of light workers that maybe we have people in the household that are an essential worker. And so, you know, you still have that kind of going for you. And so that's really good for you too, because we want to try to go about things like normal. We do not want things to completely like collapse in on all of us, right? In a negative way ever, right? So we want to try to kind of go about things like normal. Just really focus on your relationship right now. Literally see it as a vacation, a retreat right now. We're in between worlds. This is a massive transition that's going to unfold and occur. I don't resonate with with these political posts that are going around. I don't believe that people are just suddenly shifting to playing hero that have played the villain for a long time in some of these roles. And I believe that this is more of a spiritual process, a transformation and alchemy that we're going to go through that is taking us into higher levels of consciousness. And as we're going up in frequency and changing, so is the entire planet. So a lot of people are going to be expecting very political solutions in all of this, when really the lesson is for us to get more spiritual in whatever regard. Use that time, like I said, read some books, play board games, hang out, really focus on, if you guys are parenting, that is your mission, the next generation, that you guys are focused on conscious parenting, doing things a different way. So see this as a break with where you're at, swear. Angela Benda, love it. Good morning. I'm just giving it a try, hanging out on YouTube for a minute. I was having coffee anyway. I thought I'd come share some good vibes, try to uplift things, and get an energy exchange going. So since it's a small list, if you guys want more cards, I'll probably just keep going around. If you guys have questions, things you want to go into. Let's see, Angela. Angie, I love it. You have such a star connection. We're going to figure that out really fast too, that you're being guided. And so sometimes we are being advised to go off of that path, right? That doesn't always feel good. It's like, you know, we're used to this crowd and we always wanted to fit in when we were asleep. And the thought of, you know, you're going to go on your own path by yourself probably and create this path and kind of go see where it takes you can be really scary for a lot of people, but you've already been doing that your whole life. Maybe it was like just tuning into your intuition, right? Going with your feelings, right? Kind of doing what you wanted, things like that, because you are an indigo soul. So we're the ultimate system buster. If we don't want to conform, we usually won't, right? I believe that's why we're seeing such a system failure right now too, and this is part of the plan, I will remind you. So really tune into your own internal guidance. I don't trust the news. I don't watch it. I see a lot of stuff, we'll say posts and videos as they're hitting mainstream media, because I'm on Facebook a lot with my job, but I don't watch the news, so I'm not really sure what they're saying. And I know a lot of people don't really trust mainstream media and things like that. I believe that people that are following the news or the government are going to be led astray. So during these times, I think it's really important that we're learning how to tune in within, literally, right? We have to know that our path is unique and we need different things, and that we're learning how to tune into our own internal guidance. If I look outside right now, I see a lot of workers outside. So they can't be too concerned, right? I see a lot of workers. It's beautiful. I see that the earth is healing very fast, because suddenly we're not flying planes everywhere and spraying chemtrails everywhere and doing the same old things. And I think that what they call global warming has kind of come to a head, and that as we're all taking a rest, this will heal the earth. And we talk about a time when literally these, we'll say, tribe of people will come and heal the planet again, right? And I think that's what we're experiencing now, that if we could all slow down and rest and get rid of all the garbage, that it would very rapidly heal the collective. So just know that you're meant to be connecting with the earth during this time too. That's why they want us all inside. We're supposed to be connecting with the earth. It gives us a certain level of power as well. I don't know where you're living and what the quarantine rules are like, but if you can, still try to get some fresh air, right? I have my windows open anyway. Try to get some fresh air. Try to get outside if you're allowed to, if you're permitted to. But make sure that you guys are listening to these quarantine instructions, because, you know, that is to keep us all safe and hopefully well and not sick. All right, Angie gets a love card too. We're going to play on YouTube for a minute. They'll probably ban me today too. Doing love cards, right, too. All right. Okay, so Angie's getting some hard lessons in self-love and taking care of yourself first. Sometimes we can't do that when we're around people, especially when we're in these family units. You can get lost taking care of kids, husbands, relationships, jobs, things like that. And so you're really having some space to really look at yourself. You're also healing your family, literally. For you, go back further. Sometimes we're looking for love for another as a way to fill not being loved enough by our parents. In some types of ways, especially as starseeds, we tend to be more sensitive to some of these things, and we weren't getting enough love as a child, so it creates these cycles of looking for love in another to, we'll say, fill these spaces within us. And sometimes then, you know, you could have a good relationship and it just doesn't go good. So right now, you're being really encouraged to heal yourself, your heart chakra. And people are coming to me like, how do I do that? I'm getting a lot of messages right now. And I had to pace myself with that too, because I get a lot of messages. So people are saying, well, how do I do that? Really love yourself and really pour that love into your heart chakra, into yourself. The best way to do that is if you have a critical voice in your head, saying you're not good enough, you don't think this will work, ever critiquing yourself, really work at that, right? Like, no, this isn't me, right? This doesn't resonate, because we're having all these thoughts, and some of them are not our own. We're like a little radio channel. We're picking up on weird stuff, especially as a channel. I'm sensitive to things like that, and with all of this coronavirus, it was like, if I'm at a low frequency, it pretty much clogs me as a channel, and I'm getting all this negative feedback and fear-based kind of stuff. And so it is really important that we are discerning between, you know, what are our own thoughts and what are things coming to us as well. So really work on healing your heart chakra right now. We're going through a huge heart chakra expansion. For me, getting outside, nature, really good for the heart chakra. All right, let's see. Samantha Joan, I love it. I'm here. I know they want. We have big pages, so they want to hook up two-step verification, and I don't want to do it. I'm stubborn. It's really annoying to me. So I'll be here till I'm unbanned anyway, I think. So I'll probably just maybe do a little card video on here every day for the next week. So if you guys are around, maybe turn on your YouTube notifications. I'll try to post it on Facebook too. All right, Samantha Joan, a shaman. We have become disconnected from the earth, though. So it doesn't surprise me that we've lost a lot of our spiritual power throughout this cycle in the way that we've been living. Literally, you are someone who is very connected to the earth, especially as the feminine. Literally, whether it's herbs, right? Just maybe just the energies from the earth connecting in that type of way. For sure, make sure you're connecting with the earth. It will really help you in tuning in and tapping into your potential. All right, we're going through a lot of expansion with a lot of our chakras right now as well. We're going to continue to go through a lot of upgrades, and this is just normal life, and I don't think people are very prepared for some of these energies as well, because people are noticing the energies are getting very intense, and they're going to continue to intensify it. I always say it's kind of like we're in a washer machine, literally spin cycle, and it's going to get faster and faster. So a lot of people are noticing it's getting harder. The energy is getting more and more intense. Remember that you're multidimensional, so we can be quarantined. And I'm quarantined too, don't worry. We can be quarantined. But since we're tapping into and tuning into our multidimensional nature, we can still travel. I think that this quarantine is encouraging us to explore our inner worlds, right? We talk about traveling to these outer destinations, or maybe I want to travel here, or I have these travel plans, but what about our inner worlds? Since we're going to be, we'll say, spending more time with ourselves and less time working, and that is inevitable, that we're going to go through such a massive transition, and people will be working, but they're going to be working less. I think that there are easier ways to be doing some of these things, and that we're burning ourselves out, right? We're spiritual beings. We're burning ourselves out on the material and kind of the day-to-day kind of things. So we're going through this transition. meditate more. I was having the craziest dreams last night, right? I do a lot of dream work naturally. I am someone that like I was doing a class not that long ago and we were supposed to meditate, and I literally, my teacher could see that I like literally astral traveled doing a meditation, astral traveled, and then woke up coming back in my body, and it was really apparent. So I'm someone that easily will say astral travels, especially after opening my third eye. So literally we are multidimensional. A lot of you guys are having crazy dream experiences. I slept with this crystal last night, like I said, and it made it so I could remember like every dream that I was in all night long. Then I decided this morning, oh, maybe I don't like that. Maybe there's a reason we can't remember all of our dreams, because it's a lot for our mind to process, right? So if you're looking for, remembering your dreams or where you're traveling to, because I assure you, once you guys wake up spiritually, the body is no longer a prison. That is why they oppress us with fluoride and chemicals, because our third eye is powerful. It's also our connection to our light body. We're able to travel. Like, I couldn't even begin to tell you some of the places I've ended up, not in this realm or dimension, but either astral traveling or, having some type of dream experience. Use crystals. Put them by your bed. I was like sleeping with this just by me, and it was just such a powerful, we'll say, conduit in bringing back that kind of dream recall that you would probably forget. Experiment with it. For me, I have the best astral dream time in the morning times, I swear. Like, I go to bed pretty early, but when when it's almost like 5 to 9, it's 5 to 7, probably the best time to astral travel. A lot of you guys are waking up at 3 a.m. and you're feeling these energetic upgrades that are really coming in and affecting us a lot of the time when we're sleeping. But for sure, you have that capability. You're traveling. You may or may not remember this, but you can bring back more and more of this, and it will help you understand things in your everyday life. All right. You get a forgiveness card too, Samantha. People are like, what? Why are we so hard on ourselves? This is the question. I know, because I'm really into people, if you didn't notice. And we're too hard on ourselves. Swear, like, you already let go of everything everyone else has done so easily, but we hold on to, I don't think that experience went good, or I think I messed this up, or I wish, I could bury this time that this happened, or things like that. Time to really love yourself. Literally. We learn how to forgive ourselves, because if you think about a creator, it would be like the epitome of, right, forgiveness, love, compassion, empathy. If you think about these antichrist qualities, they would be the opposite of that, this duality that we exist in. They would be, bad qualities, and then we have the good qualities. We're meant to naturally evolve and grow towards these good qualities. How else are we going to be in a school for creators if we're not learning forgiveness, compassion, empathy? That's why we all go through experiences that we were not ourselves in, so that we can learn how to process and forgive these things. All right, Jessica, need them or love it. If you guys have questions, this is a small feed right here. Let's see. Jessica, and let me know if anyone wants a love card. I brought some too. All right, ships of light, of course. We get the fun groups, right? And this is where we're headed. Not on the third dimensional timelines, but we see those timelines are clearly crumbling in real time. This is what we're getting ready for. A lot of people are already seeing ships all over the planet. A lot of people are expecting the Greys to arrive and not thinking that possibly extraterrestrials could be not just the humans that are incarnate here that have galactic souls, but actually could look, like me and you, and actually look like human beings, right? We're always searching for aliens in space and on faraway planets and things like that. But you for sure have a lot of galactic help. We're going to be able to perceive that assistance more and more. A lot of you guys are already being worked with on an individual level to prepare you for these kind of things. So while most of the planet might not be aware of some of these things, some people are already having contact, whether it's in the astral realms, other dimensions, maybe just seeing things here, having a feeling, being given information, having things come to you in your meditation, in your dream state, like I said. And a lot of you guys are going to first have contact with extraterrestrials in the astral dimension, in the astral realm, right? it's also easier for us in our light body form, like I said, to travel, right? And some of these things. I've had some really amazing experiences as well. And so I know that is to prepare us as well. And it can be exciting. Like, these are aspects of ourself that we're coming back to that have been hidden for a really long time. And, you know, I believe that this is not only part of our history, but we all have star beings that are part of our family, right? Part of our star family that we're going to kind of come back to. And I know people think this is crazy, that talking about these kind of things, but I happen to know this stuff is real. I am a channel. I'm a galactic channel. So I have contact with different beings that are giving me information so that I can use it to teach people. When I do videos in the morning, I kind of have a routine where I spend time alone, right? I wake up, I spend some time alone, and I am given information and downloads, and it's up to me to process a lot of information usually and try to figure out what I want to put on video for that day. And so I'm being given information and knowledge so that I can use it to try to assist humanity during this time. So, you know, there's a lot of experiences that people are having of the interdimensional type. Now, for me, I believe I've always been psychically sensitive, but clearly my spiritual awakening would be what really threw me into this kind of stuff and opening my third eye and detoxing. So if you guys are really trying to get where you need to be spiritually, the best advice I can give you guys is to detox more, purify more. We're all channels. We're all receivers of divine energy. What's going to make us more powerful at this is literally how purified we are, literally. So detoxing can help. I think it clears all the garbage out of your third eye, literally. Like, I'm huge on turmeric, chlorella for cleansing all the garbage out of the third eye and things like that. All right. Let's see, JB, love it. You get an elemental connection. You know, it's kind of funny because I never really was into those kind of things. And I always tell the fun stories about working with the fairies and ending up kind of in the UK. So a lot of you guys do have an elemental connection as well. You know, we would have lived in places that were in harmony with galactic beings as well as elemental beings. So if you're getting led outside, that is why. Let me see. You also have a dragon connection as well. You know, dragons are powerful beings that will assist us during these times of change. And I think it's really powerful that we are working with, you know, lots of these energies. I always talk about that. Like, for me, I'm always trying to bring more and more of the spiritual into my life, right? I think we all saw a lack of the spiritual and where we end up and how we're living in lack and, you know, whatever, never fulfilled and things like that coming out of the third dimension, and that we can be bringing more and more of these spiritual energies into our life. For sure, you have that dragon connection too. Really work with it. Well, if you're on this video, I always say, congratulations, you won the lotto, you're a light worker. Swear. And I know everyone doesn't feel like that. Some people do, and they're like well on their mission and, you know, going about and doing their work. And some people are just awakening, and people are at different levels. But I swear, if you're here, you know, for this little coffee and a chat, then for sure that you are a light worker and you're going to be assisting in all of this. For sure. Call in the dragons. You guys do know that I teach different types of Reikis, and I do teach Dragon Reiki. And if you're able to, you could sign up for that. If you're not, these are energies anyone can work with. You can literally call on these beings to assist you and guide you during this time. If you're working with dragons, make sure you have a pure intention, though. I've heard that they can eat people that might not have good intentions or might be bad, that call on them, things like that. So, you know, I think that it's really important that when we're working with these energies, that we're doing so with an intention to heal either ourselves or others or the collective, or for manifesting or things like that, and these types of things work better. All right. Tamaris Garcia. Love it. Okay, a lot of you guys, so she says she's Aries and Aries moon. You guys are probably feeling this energy. We're in the fire. We're in the fire transformation, right? And this is a powerful time of year as well. So we're kind of seeing these energies. Perfect. You are the perfect warrior archetype then. Indigo system buster, but you're being invited and pulled somewhere much different, right? We're being invited to heaven on earth, the fifth dimension, where, you know, we're seeing this shift from matter to spirit in very real time. Let me see. So you are helping to birth the new earth. That means that you're a manifester, swear. I know, well, with that fire energy, you're meant to be like that creative spark for people. That's what we need right now, right? To inspire people. That's what I try to do with people. I try to show people, by the way, my life really sucks, you know, and I had this spiritual awakening and started to tap into and tune into this stuff. And I used it immediately, like overnight, to change my whole life. And, you know, I couldn't believe, I was like in amazement of how easy this stuff was, but how we've been indoctrinated and lied to about the nature of reality. So you are a manifester. Congratulations, but sometimes that doesn't look so good if you look back at your life and some of the things that you've created. I see that manifestors have such a powerful energy that they could create chaotic things in the past when they're out of harmony or out of alignment. Some people create car accidents, crazy things, right? I don't know, all different kind of things that might look a little chaotic, but that shows how powerful you are. That's why people began to kind of fear their power. Really practice with manifesting. Today's the new moon. It's when we do it. Like when I get off of here, I have work to do, but I'm going to be doing, like, I'll probably make a manifesting list, right? And put it out there, what I'm working on, what I need. It's up to us to let the universe know what we need. I don't think we realize the resources that we have access to as light workers that we're meant to be taken care of here in a way which, you know, we're just starting to be able to understand. And anything that we need to do this mission here on earth, to complete this mission that we're on, we will get, and we only have to ask for it. So we have to kind of get back to learning how to manifest, and we're being pushed to do just that. I mean, we get pushed to find our power in negative circumstances, stressful situations. That's when we're going to see what we're made of and really kind of, you know, tune into our inner power. So it's a lot of why we're going through this kind of stuff. So focus on manifesting for you. It's a powerful ability, I swear. And it takes some practice to literally stay positive all the time, right? Especially with some things that are going on. I swear, it takes some practice, but we really have to practice getting the mental in balance. And we see that, especially in some of these countries, we see a lot of mental imbalance that are affecting the collective. It doesn't surprise me that that's what comes out of people being fluorinated and having their third eye shut down, right? Feeling this disconnect of the mind. So for sure, focus on manifesting. Let's see. I don't remember. We're going to do. I had good vibes. I wanted to share them. All right. I love it. All right. Let's see. Jamie Nicole, love it. Family of light, you're getting signs, whether it's synchronicity, guidance, just knowing things. You know, you have a strong angelic connection, for sure. Like, strong angelic connection. Make sure that you're asking for more assistance, too, during this time. We're making some big shifts, especially collectively, and we're all kind of along for the ride, right? I can go ahead and I've been living a quarantine life away from everyone, so I can focus on my work already, but it doesn't matter because we're all being affected by the collective, right? And so it's important that we see that the collective is going to go through some huge transitions. Keep working on your third eye too. We're kind of having the sun come back, which is really good for viruses and things like that, right? We know that the sun is powerful. They want you to be afraid of it. They've even taught people that the sun will cause cancer and to stay out of it, and even to block it using sunscreens and things like that. But I've been taught that we should all be in the sun for at least 10 minutes a day so that we can download from the universe. So the sun is really powerful in activating our third eye. Keep working with that chakra. Let's see. Majestic Creations. Good morning. It's so weird to be on here. I know. I'm adjusting too. We're going through a lot of big adjustments here too. Imagine how far I could have gone if I had social media platforms supporting me while I was doing cards and things like that, right? But hey, the world we're living in. Mystic Creations. I do see Google is making some positive changes, right? I see as we're continuing to shift, we're going to see more and more of these positive changes. So I do anticipate that we'll see positive shifts with a lot of these corporations, even social media, removing some of its policies that have been holding people down. Majestic. All right, for sure. You should be connecting with the earth too. You are a grid worker of sorts. You are, I say we're a grid worker because we really are making this grid up, that we're stepping back from this third dimensional template of fear and control. And there are two grids in place right now, two realities. One of the third dimension, which is lack, sickness, suffering, and things like that. And one of the fifth dimension, which is really made of divine light, divine frequencies. So whether you realize that or not, you're one of those grid workers. So it's really important. Like, the most important thing you can do as a grid worker is to take good care of your energy. Make yourself happy. That will literally lift up the entire planet, because you're connected to these grids of light, and you really are your own anchor on these grids as well. So when you're lit up, you're assisting and lifting up the collective. I hate to be the one to tell everyone, but a lot of this planet is not doing this spiritual work. I hate to be the one to tell you. You guys have probably noticed that, right? When you're talking to your friends and family, they're not interested. And so that doesn't matter. That just the people that are doing this work are lifting up the entire collective. So it doesn't really matter. The work that we're doing is so, so powerful, though. All right. Let's see. Natalie Reeve, good morning. We're chilling on YouTube. It's kind of weird. Divine feminine. All right, receive your birthright, unconditional love. There is a rising that is occurring within the feminine as well that has been very enslaved on this planet, right? So we're going to get back to being creative, intuitive, right? Stepping out of logic and just knowing things, right? Just kind of understanding things. And this is very important, especially for the feminine in this liberation that is occurring and will continue to occur. All right. Time to have more fun. Time to relax, right? A lot of people still aren't relaxing. They're home and still not relaxing. Time to just kind of let go. A lot of people are, like I said, feeling that these are uncertain times and worried or scared, but we should not be. We need to learn how to just let go and trust the universe and where this is all taking us. Kind of trust the process. This is a powerful initiation for a lot of people too. Shinda Phillips. All right. So we're doing a lot of clearing within our energy fields. If you guys are feeling heavy, if you guys are, I don't know, feeling lethargic, maybe not as motivated, maybe ascension symptoms, really work on clearing your own energy, right? I think that Metatron is really good to pray or call on for rebalance and recalibrating our energetic field as well. Really pay attention to your own energy right now, because we're going through a huge upgrade, and I think we're seeing how the collective is handling this ascension for the first time as we're watching some of this pandemic kind of stuff unfolding across the collective. I think that we're realizing just how this planet may get shaken up in whatever regard. So it's really important that we are taking care of our own energy. A lot of you guys are really empathic, sensitive, right? Picking up more. A lot of you guys are actually light workers. So you're taking on lower frequencies and meant to be putting out high vibes, right? And well, sometimes we're getting like nailed with all this heavy energy and things like that. So really make sure you're taking care of your energy too as we're going through this. See. Michelle, Nanzi, Mitch. Love it. I'm trying to get different cards now. All right. Rainbow Child, you are a new earth builder too. We're seeing a theme with manifesting because we are in a new moon energy. So this is powerful. I think that we should all be daydreaming about what a collective would look like, a new collective would look like during this time too. You're a manifester, right? We're meant to be using these abilities to assist the collective as well. When I really think about that, I go back to Lemuria, where it was more feminine oriented, we will say, but it was a very spiritual place where people would, you know, in the day-to-day life would spend time devoted to the spiritual, going into deep meditation with their partner, right? They would explore things like tantric sex. They were very connected to the earth, and some of the things that were bringing back from these past places. So I think that we're really meant to be living in a different way spiritually, where we could be coming together, learning, right? A lot of people are going to be encouraged to be taking spiritual classes, joining Facebook groups, using social media to connect with their soul tribe, just kind of connecting in a different way spiritually. And this is where it's all going to kind of lead us back to. All right, so put out vibes to find your soul tribe. I always say that. That's what I do these videos for too. It's a vibrational kind of calling. Not everyone will be into this kind of stuff. I think the right people will be. All right, you're in your egg. The whole planet just hit this phase too. Quarantine equals cosmic egg. We literally are going through this metamorphosis, right? And a lot of people are going to need rest, I swear. My boyfriend personally was out of work like a year as he went through some intense ascension upgrades. So a lot of people need that space and that rest to handle this process. It can make people kind of crazy trying to go through such an expansion of consciousness so fast as well. So just know that this is a space where we're meant to literally be resting, simplifying our lives, getting back to the basics. Let's see. Emma Bagwell, good morning. Time to arise. This is the card for the Aries, right? Okay, arise. Know and flow is the love that you are. Bliss. Really focus on love right now. So, for a long time we were letting our egos guide us, and usually it didn't lead us anywhere good. It's important that we're tuning into our heart. That we're not making decisions based on fear, that we're literally letting our heart be our compass. And, let's see. All right. And we are rising up to Pleiadian frequencies. The reason why we felt really disconnected spiritually is because when we're at a low frequency, we're not even able to perceive a lot of the guidance that we do have. So as we're raising our vibrational frequency, like I said, we're able to kind of tune into different channels, different stations, right? And so for the first time in a long time, we're able to perceive, we'll say, the galactic help that we came here with, as well as our angels, ascended masters, guides, beings that are working with us. Susan Tripodis. All right. My cards are getting mixed up too. Wait. All right, Susan. Let's see. I feel like I'm getting a whole... Hang on, I'm going to switch decks. All right. Susan. All right, time to answer the call. You guys have all been paged by the universe. It's not random that you guys are here right now. Literally that everyone on this planet got the calling. Most people just chose not to respond to it. So the people that are coming together, I think, are responding to a powerful calling that your soul has been leading you here to this awakening process. Let's see. Share your voice. You guys are going to have to speak too. I know it's so hard, right? As someone, I came out and I have all these goals and ambitions to do videos. Facebook would love to make it so no one ever sees any of my videos. I've been attacked. I have had crazy things happen to me trying to do these videos and just put out, my voice and my perspective. I would just say kind of very real forces trying to stop even my mission, and that didn't like it. And things like that. But it's so important that we're finding our voice and attempting to assist the collective in that way. A lot of you guys are carrying a lot of information about things that are going on, things that will unfold, things that you've been through that are meant to assist with this collective. I only have a small piece of this puzzle, and you guys are kind of carrying the rest, right? So we all have a lot to contribute, not just to helping the collective, but also to creating a new collective as well. All right. Natalie Reeve. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And a lot of people will look at their life, this life, and be like, oh my God, I must have screwed up. I must have done this wrong. How come I got this guy? Why did I go through this, right? Not understanding the big picture that all these lessons that we did this life were what we had left to clear so that we could be free karmically to make a spiritual ascension. So we spend a lot of time focused on karmic lessons and experiences this life, starting with our family, some of our relationships, some of our friendships, right? Maybe just some situations that we were in that weren't great situations. This was a lot of clearing that we have done, and you guys should be feeling lighter and lighter, that the more we let go of this heavy stuff that's weighing us down, the higher that we vibrate. So we've been kind of going through this process of shedding things no longer in alignment, old lessons, karma. Really trust the process with this. All right, lovely angel psychic medium. The crumbling. Oh God, this is for the collective. I try to be gentle as I'm doing these videos, but we are going through a time of great change, right? So here's me like, trying to be gentle, like, oh, we're gonna see a tower moment, and are we ever, right? But there is a crumbling that is occurring. But please remember that we're only going to lose things not serving us, and you guys know that when you make space in your life, something better will come along. So there is a crumbling that is occurring only of things no longer in alignment with us, only in things that are not aligning with our spiritual future, things like that. So we're going through a lot of transition right now. Stay grounded. Like I said, you guys are the empaths. You're highly sensitive. You're healers. You're taking in a lot of the energies around you, right? So really connect with nature during this time. It will really help you, literally. And we can't get outside in a lot of places, but like I said, you guys can try to open your windows, get some fresh air, go out when you can, where you can. I think that the earth is really going to heal during this space where people are slowing down and not polluting the planet as well. And we're going to see this rapid, healing occurring as well. Cindy Carpenter. Lumeria, my favorite place. One of my favorite places for sure. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And like I said, when I think of the new earth, it's very Lemurian to me, literally, where we could be living in cities of light, crystal cities again, right? Beautiful places. And so we really had to trust this process and where our soul is trying to bring us back to. So we're going through a lot on a cellular level. There's deep healing that is occurring. There are two groups of people on this planet. One group is aware that they need to heal and are working on that. And the other group is not aware of that and maybe even still creating damage to themselves or others, right? And so it's really important that we are on this kind of deep healing journey. A lot is happening on a cellular level. We're not going through this process overnight, but there is a crystallization that is occurring within the body. Your cells are really busy right now trying to kind of keep up with, we'll say, the changes that are occurring on a cellular level. All right, try to have some fun too. Things are going to get real serious around here. Try to kind of have some fun, literally, even if it's things that you enjoy doing, music you like to listen to. Try to kind of do things for yourself as well. Have more fun. All right. I love it. I think that's about it. I think I got everyone. Let me know if anyone didn't get a card. It was kind of a small, weird feed today, but I had to at least try. From my perspective, I have to at least try. I can't just give up my mission because Facebook wants me doing everyone else, right? So I'll at least try to kind of go on here and give you guys some cards and things like that. This is a really big time for change, though, right now. We can see with some of this year's astrology that we have a lot coming. I'm going to remind people that we're going to have several eclipses, too, this summer that are going to create a really big energetic reset. This is a lot of everything we talk about coming into fruition, though, that we're seeing viruses spread throughout DNA, right? That we're seeing viruses spreading throughout the collective and things like that. And so I think that the people that are taking good care of themselves and are healthy and have detox or are detoxing, right? Taking herbs, taking vitamins will be okay throughout this, that this is something going on with the DNA on this planet. And so it's really important that you guys are really taking care of yourselves. Like in the third dimension, a lot of times people would skip meals and run around and not take good care of themselves. It's really important that you guys are taking really good care of yourselves, especially going through this energy shift. I'm going to keep putting it out there too, aside from whatever's going on with their pandemic. I always had concerns about things like radioactive energies and things that were affecting the collective that could kind of be a big deal that a lot of people don't want to talk about. So you guys could stock up on orange juice, take some orange juice, vitamin C, zinc. I think that zinc is going to be a big preventative in any type of virus and things that are affecting your DNA. So really make sure that you guys are using this space to further heal, right? Whether it's detoxing, taking a class, going and finding a spiritual group, maybe ordering a good spiritual book on Amazon, going to YouTube, finding videos to watch, connecting with other spiritual people. I've known for a while that we would be using the internet to connect with groups of people, and we're seeing that more now more than ever because a lot of churches, temples, right, yoga places, things that are into the spiritual are being closed down during this time. So I think it's really important that we are using the internet to come together. I said it yesterday, there's a lot of doom and gloom prophecies, but I don't foresee there being any issues at the moment with some of these technologies, and we can be using them to come together. It creates a powerful energy. All right, sinus infection. So throat chakra healing, for sure. When I get off here, I'll send you some. Keep working on your throat chakra. That can be a sign of needing to detox more, but it doesn't surprise me that a lot of people are having, we'll say, sinus allergy issues. I believe a lot of this is signs of this awakening too, and things going on. You can always just come find me on Facebook and message me, and I'll probably chat with you about whatever's going on too with your sinuses, because a lot of people have a lot of issues going on with, they think it's allergies, heart chakra issues, right? Suddenly they have to plan as pneumonia and things like that. So this is kind of a hard process on our body. I used to have kind of, we'll say, allergy issues, but I was on toxic overload and they went away once I detoxed. So for sure, maybe get some chlorella, turmeric. I'm sending a ton of Reiki too. That's why I wanted to get on here and send out some good vibes, because that will really help. Drink more water too as you're going through this. I forgot to say this morning that I saw green tea was on the protect your DNA list too. If you guys are tea fans, maybe start drinking some more green tea. That will really help your immune system, zinc, things like that. I would love to, if you could, come find me though, because I would chat about some of the things on a more personal level, because sometimes our body literally will, because of the energy, start to flare up in different ways. Sometimes even like attacking people with some of these more allergy kind of symptoms and things like that. So these could be energy-based things for sure. All right. So we're in a good space to heal. I keep trying to prepare everyone. I don't think these shutdowns are temporary. I'm sorry. I don't think that life is going to ever go back to normal because of this awakening and ascension, and we're going to have to learn how to kind of just go with the flow and evolve with it. I don't see these as negative things that will come out of it, putting us back into kind of a more basic construct, but we kind of had to ride out this wave of whatever's going on with the collective. In the meantime, make sure you guys are meditating, cooking good foods, right? Conscious parenting, spending time with your kids. You guys can be reaching out through social media, FaceTiming people. Stay connected though. They would love to disconnect the whole planet and keep us in a place of separateness. Make sure that you guys are connecting though, because it really does help you, give you a good charge when you connect with the right people. And I'll probably be back on, I guess, I'll try it again one more time. YouTube tomorrow. I wasn't a fan, but I will try it tomorrow. But I'm sending you guys tons of really good vibes.